Alright. So, should probably make some kind of small, short little vid for challenge runs or something, but that's something for another time. Since I'm doing this on PS5, I just threw it in rest mode and didn't touch it for like a week. Or I guess 2 weeks now. Just a week. I was hoping that I'd be able to have enough energy to continue this on Halloween. Would have been perfect. Unfortunately, I found myself a bit too drained. So, between the changing the seasons and all that, in an area where it's getting colder and going through a lot of rains, rain unfortunately kind of affects me a little bit in the sense that I feel the pressure change. The rains itself, like actually potentially getting wet and stuff, I don't really care about all that. It's the pressure change that you can't really escape. And honestly, it's the closest I get to getting like headaches, and sometimes, in worst cases, probably the closest as I've been described, migraines. But that's just kind of how the seasons go, really. So we're gonna try and get through. We have to go through Beta Groove. I think we have everything we need. I also need to take into consideration things that I'm going to want to take with me for facing off against Diego. And there's also a small chance for it to go through some other stuff as well. I did look up, because I remember there's a thing that you have to do, and it's not what I thought it was. I don't have to go through the or maybe you can if you want to, because I need to look up and see what it actually does. But I don't actually have to go through cyberspace, which is great for us. What I do have to do is go into Diego's office, which is a little bit of a pain. There's, I think a couple Spore guys, one Tiger hybrid. And then I think there's like 2 Spore guys. And like 2 or 3 of the normal security guys. They're not going to be a problem. On the off chance that more of those robots pop out, technically also not a problem, other than the fact that they're kind of just waste resources. So we have 6 hours remaining. We probably won't be getting through the entirety of the game, just kind of the way I've been going about it so far. And we'll try and go as far as we can. I would really like to get the maintenance code and the executive code. According to what I have written here, we have medical, which is 7, research is 8, storage is 3, and flight is 0. And then I guess I could always try and go back and like review the VODs, because I don't think we're going to be hitting reactor by the end of the night. There's a chance, but depending on how things go. Beta Groove should be relatively fast, but we might die a couple times. In which case, I'm going to do a load. I'm going to do a save before we go into Beta Groove. Just because dying in Beta Groove should result in a game over. We don't have to go through and watching all the entire game over portion. As far as the others, I guess I'll let them play out if it just gives us a respawn. And that'll be, because we might abuse that a few times. The downside is you still start off in red when you come back out, which is why it's not always the best, unless you got plenty of resources. Let's see. Trying to look to see if there's anything else you want to do. I know there's an upgrade in Beta Groove. I'm trying to find it right here. It costs 25, just like everything else, pretty much. We will lose 2 slots of storage. Every shot will cost energy. But we do go up to 75 damage and 18 damage. Or, I'm sorry, 75 damage and 180 damage between the single and double shot. That's a plus 15 per round. I mean, it's possible, I suppose. We are going to need our reflex. We are going to need, just to reduce damage and reduce further resources, the, oh, what do you call it? The, I guess, antidote. I don't think it's called something else. We do have, it looks like only about 3. I'm like trying to read what little bit I have through the menus. We do have some battery packs on hand. I don't know how many. Can't quite make that out. Okay, I know we have this rifle, which we're not upgrading. You want to use upgrades. We have the Scorpion, although we're trying to save ammo on that for now, because we're going to need a lot of that going through engineering and even security. A 9mm typically isn't too hard to get your hands on for either. Shotgun is just great to have regardless. We did not get the ammo capacity, which might bite us a little bit, but I think we should be fine for the most part. It's just getting as much ammo as we can for it. We are using Ion Pulse because we do so much more damage with it, and we have to go through Alpha Block anyway. We have a Magnum. I don't know how much ammo we got for it. I think we have a fair amount, but not a super large amount. Rapier is going to be our go-to for Diego and most big heavy guys, whenever possible. The downside is that we can go through quite a bit of energy. But with Reflex and Berserk, we should be just fine, I think. I gotta remember that I can also hold for Slash, which I always forget. Like, I remember it for pipes and stuff, but I don't know. Rapier, for what reason, just don't. I'm just trying to make sure I have all my thoughts together before we get started. So we should be fine. We are low on health, which sucks. But we have a decent amount of energy. I mean, as long as we hit the button at in Diego's office, that should be well enough, right? Okay, just gonna take a look and see if there's anything else. We should not have to buy detox. That's what it's called. Right? You know what? We'll take this with us for now. Like, I don't know if I'll go for upgrading that. The Mag Pulse. Okay, let's see. Full there. We have 8 rounds. Ah, man. The healing is definitely going to suck long term. Okay. help. Okay, I had to go through Diego's office first. Okay, I think it's that door. Right side, we already have the code ready to go. Please drop. You know what? Let's just go ahead and get a refill. Alright. Okay, was it just the one guy, or was it two? This is just the one. Grab the detox and a check. I think there was a couple of healing items in here as well. This we're down to 3. That's it. I don't know why that door's there. Also, okay, I do have grenade launcher. Good, that means I don't have to go back for it for Diego. I think there's a third guy. There we go. Really? Alright. Yeah. Anything? No. Cool. Alright, got the full hill. Took a little damage. Already activated. So I think that was it. These guys had anything else. Okay, and I got the 2 credits. 2 credit cards. It's the only thing I don't like, or one of the few things I guess I don't like, is they take up 2 slots. Must be pretty heavy cards. Credits made out of gold. Cards made out of platinum. I don't know. Warning, fatigue levels high. Oh, that would probably help. There. That's already loaded, so I don't care as much. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. I don't think we have anything else. That actually went fairly well. Could have probably done with a little bit more pep, but you know. I can't remember when they spawn out. They come out from the top. Okay. Eat the food. And we got nothing else, right? Okay, so we got 93 credits if we need them still. I'm kind of not looking forward to this. In all honesty, it probably shouldn't be all that bad, but, well... I'm trying to think how I want to go about this. I think we go for 3 here, right?
Warning. Dangerous biocontaminant detected. Do not enter without protective suit.
I think that's game over, right? I think that's normally game over. Still, not like the worst idea in the world.
Warning. Dangerous biocontaminant detected. Do not enter without protective suit.
Yeah. Yeah, that way we're a little bit safer.
Safety interlocks disabled.
Maybe. Maybe.
Master jettison enable not activated.
Alright, and then I think I have to come back to, like, manually jettison it, right? Or maybe it's just a button I have to press. And Diego's office, I can never remember. Oh, you know what? I just look at the energy. I just need to make sure we had enough health to get here. I don't think there's anything else we can use to heal with. Oh, well that's why. I turned on the wrong one. I had it right the first time, I just died. Oh hey. I did want that ammo. Okay, well, we have liquor, but nothing else. Unfortunately, liquor does nothing for us. It doesn't even ease the pain or give you like a little tiny health back. Not even like a pip. Just gets drunk. Other than time, we have nothing to lose. So we got the reset here. those for some extra credits. Research correct. So I want to go down there, activate that. Oh, in that case, get out of here. Oh shit, I only have the one grenade on hand. What we got in here? Upgrade for that. Don't care about that. I guess that's all that's here. No, I have to. Ow. It's fine. Okay. Other than a few specific spots, don't really need that. Waste of time. Alright, I think we're good. And if we die, got full energy now. Not even a bag of chips. Dead. He's dead now. Okay, so that is 0. Right? Yeah, 0 for executive. Alright. Okay, so take this and... Okay. It's only a single credit. That. You drop anything? No. Okay, so that's 9 credits just from this one room. I don't know how many credits I need for the ammo and security. So let's see somewhere else. Okay, there should be like a car somewhere around here. Okay. Slicker, liquor.
Reviewing taken. Detective run.
Nothing. Nothing. And nothing. Alright. Since we didn't die to that, I'll go ahead and do that. To this. Okay. Probably one of the easier fights we can possibly do. Sometimes he doesn't want to cooperate. It's a winning combo. It's very limited though. And I have messed up a few times before just trying to fight him. Either because he decides to teleport elsewhere, but I don't know. Maybe up in that upper corner he's more consistent. Sanity is unknown. Teleporter is online. I feel like there's something else I need to... You know what? It might have been like a thing you pick up in flight deck. There might have been a reason to go to his office down there. Possibly. Alright, well, in either case. I think we can go ahead and do the Master Jettison. Well, everything's done.
Jettison enable failure. Possible
Okay.
cause. Damage to power relay. Consult diagnostic report in repair bay level 3 for detailed analysis.
That goes to engineering, which we can't access yet. Oh, so this was it. No.
SHODAN, I've seen the wisdom of your actions, and I know you do not mean to cause us harm. No, but rather to bring us to greater glory by serving a being as perfect as yourself. To elevate us, you must purge away our
Okay, so the good news is we beat him without taking a hit. The bad news is I used a full heal, just in case.
divine loyalty. I offer to you the remaining human scum who undermine your reign. They're hiding in the northeast dining hall. All I ask in return is a level of protection and the privilege of spreading your message
I
further.
don't think that was anything that I needed. Just trying to think if there's anything else I need to get. I don't care about that. We have a single meta patch. It's a very sad day. I might have to redo this like way, way better. Okay, so there's one full hill there. Oh no, I have more grenades. Okay. Trying to think. Should I need it for anything coming up? I don't think so. Okay, everything is purchased here. You know what, we'll just keep that on hand. Which room was it? Not that one. This one. Not that. Oh, where was that thing? You know what? I think it was this way. I have to go try to drop the head. Not do that just yet.
Power systems failure. Malfunction in subsystem relay 428. For repair instructions, please consult relay analyzer. Be sure to specify relay number for analysis. Maintenance corridors
28.
are now accessible. Replace broken interface demodulator.
can't come here anymore. Not yet. Alright. Ammo. Did I come up here? Oh, okay, good. I gotta get the demodulators first before I can do anything. Can't remember if it's just 2 or 3. Alright, I think we're fine. We're gonna go ahead and pick this up. So nothing comes out of there, we should be golden. Oh, good. It only takes up 4 slots. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Nice little resupply. Okay, now that we've made a bit of progress, go ahead and quick save in case something stupid happens. One behind us. Oh. Got us. That's fine. Annoying, but fine. Subsystem 428 for instructions. Not. But. I guess it didn't tell us which corridor. No. Did I ever come up here? Nothing up here. I don't even know which one I need to go for. We're gonna open up that door. Kind of worried that maybe bioweapons might start coming through, since it doesn't, like, close the door. At least that way we have access. Good. Die. Please die. It does use up a lot of energy though. Okay, so we know it's not these back here. Three of them, hand up. I tried. I tried. You can't just hold the charge; it will automatically release. Just gotta check that one side. I thought they were gonna be like right there. You know what? We are kind of getting nice resupply. It's not as bad as it probably could have been. here. Damn, wasn't this one. Yeah, I'm just gonna double check these, make sure I'm not missing something stupid. Alright, screw it. I'll lock it in. They got a reasonable resupply on that. Okay, I left that there, so either I just didn't care about it, or it was... Okay, this was this lady. Usually, like, one pops out when you shoot that. I don't think I can hear them, but I can't quite tell where they are. Nope, not this one. Damn it, not this one. This one. You know what? A little bit of ammo. Guess I'll just go with this for now. Damn it. It's not this one either. There. want that. Hmm. So we come back over here for the free energy up. And we're done. At least we're doing a little bit of damage to it. I also want to go all the way back down to frickin'... I guess we could do that. We're almost down to hour 5. Go down to reactor and get a heal. Okay, just so we have them. We don't have to buy them later. Since we're already down here. Leaves a lot to be desired. Okay, what else down here? Another full hill. Screw you. Oh, hold on. She placed 2 of them there. 2 of them. Actually, I don't know if that was the right one. Okay, I'm just gonna... No, okay, it was that. It's either that one or it's the other one. Ow. actually picked up plenty of rounds and ammo. This thing. Be my luck. It'll be the very last one I choose to go through. At least we're getting more pickups. Ow. Guess we didn't die to one shot. Oh, he's down. Yeah. Probably said I just missed it. Yeah, it's the very last one. Wasted all these resources. Although, we did get quite a bit of ammo and stuff. Sometimes these guys aren't the worst things to grind. Actually, there should be a open door over here, right? Yeah. Okay. Up our energy again. And to the last one. This one? Can't access that yet. Well, I guess I technically can. No. I cleared that one. Is there a fourth? Yes. The answer is always yes. That one was unnecessary. You know what? We'll just get this up. Don't need to worry about that. Like that. There. Not that one. doesn't even have ammo for it anyway. He has it on his person. There. There. It's not that. Where is the missing? No, I missed it in the previous ones, right? Gotta be down through here or something. What the hell? I missed it somewhere. Right? Not going crazy? I'm pretty sure everything I've looked at has been green. I think it only tells you like the one time for the repair. Yeah, I've been through all of them. Too bad you can't, like, have it repeat.
Power systems failure. Malfunction in subsystem relay 428. For repair instructions, please consult relay analyzer. Be sure to specify relay number for analysis. Maintenance corridors are now accessible.
Guess we'll turn that on. Some everything stays dead. Previous playthroughs, not particularly on this difficulty, but they have not. Keep the shield on. Green, green, green. What the hell is this thing? No grenades, no nothing. see, broken one. So it wasn't gamma. More green. I'll take that. Oh, here we are. One section I forgot to check.
Successful.
Figures. Alright, well, at least I got a bunch of supplies. Actually, I could probably get that done as well. Just don't feel like doing the, I think that one we also have to do cyberspace. You just have to do that in order to gain entry to get to the CPU nodes. Oh, guess I didn't turn it on.
Jettison now enabled for all groves.
My experiments must continue.
Yeah, I've got that. Crystal Skull next. And I think I needed to grab a thing from his office in the flight deck to access that. Could be wrong. Sometimes there's something behind this door.
If I have to release you to stop you, so be it.
Might as well use up the rifle. That way I feel less bad about dropping it later. Alright.
jettisoned.
Bye, Beta Groove. You're horrible.
Insect. You are by far the most irritating creature on this station. Don't bother with the antennae. That won't stop me.
It's hopeless, and we both know it.
Oh, I thought that guy was supposed to be alive. Alright, and then we'll pick up the railgun here, because railgun is good. And if we die, we die. We can always come back. Might just be a little bit annoying getting back. Nothing. Battery pack. One health. Detox, I don't care about anymore. What's that? There. Okay. Once you go into the center, I don't think these spawn. Okay, cool. There's like a little cyborg thing that helps out. They're not too bad, but if I don't have to fight it, then all the better. Okay, I'm just gonna do a quick check on here. Alright, I think we're good. Oh, what's this? More flechettes. Okay. Alright, so then we'll go down to maintenance. Over here, sure we don't have anything that's draining. Have that. There's two very nasty things in here. Okay. $15 whole credits. Alright. So got that. We'll keep those separated. Let's see, I need this guy's head. Okay, and I want to start saving up the others. All these little mines are going to come in very handy much later on. So many little supplies. That's right, it's always empty. Okay. I have to do the maintenance. I hate cyberspace, especially on 3333. It's not so bad on for cyberspace 1 or even 2, but 3, once you re-die and all that, a bit more annoying. Plus, you take way more damage, so... Alright. It's gonna be one that's gonna be way worse, isn't there? There's gonna be engineerings to unlock for the, where you have to plant the C4 on the antennas. Let's see, how are we looking at? I know I messed up a little bit of time, but 7:44. I'll get a couple of goes since we got our save. I think we're also going to keep, yeah, like the decoys and stuff. Alright. So far, so good. Oh, I hate these things the most. If the projectiles are like a little bit faster, probably not so bad. But... oh, you're still up. Good. Okay. Oh, damn. Whoops. That's not what I want. Alright. No. Alright, as long as I don't have to fight my way out. Okay, let's go. This one wasn't too bad. But there's some where it just gets pretty bad. Sometimes I get a little bit messed up. Ow. Okay, well I think I got it. I don't think I killed it, but I think I hit it. Alright, recharge should be over here. Oh, right. Before I forget, one of the most important things. Okay, so considering I got everything written down correct and proper, 781300. As long as I didn't mess up my notes, I think we should be good on that. Let's see. Actually, what are we looking at? EMP, gas grenades, frag grenades. Care about gas. Since we're past all that, essentially. Yeah, I might as well keep the C4 there anyway. No, I might still need this because I think I have to do flight deck before I go with engineering. Okay. Alright, I don't think she's gonna be a dick right now. I have no idea how many more credits I need, so we'll just grab this to be safe. Got a few bubbles, but I think we're still mostly good on time, so it's not too bad here. It's not this one, is it? I didn't do the thing there, so that's gonna just a little bit of time. No, not that one. Ah, here we are. I think I have the card. Requires engineering access, which I don't have. Damn. No.
Searching.
Really? Not the greatest of shots. Don't know where this place is. Entrance that. Oh, there's another way to get to the reactor core. bring those with us. Fine. You know what? Well, we have a way in. It's going to be a bit annoying. So apparently I never picked up the engineering card. I'll probably look up to see where that was off stream. But we'll play with it as we got right now. We're doing it on 4:30. Not super great. So depending on how far we get, I'll just keep making notes in the meantime. Oh, you know what? You know what? We're going to trade out a couple items. Alright. Alright, cyber slugs. Alright, well, at least they're dead. Ow. Authorization required. What? Okay, so obviously I botched a few things. Alright. So what we'll do is I'll probably call it here, see where precisely I botched it. And I don't know. I'll have to see. I have to see if we can even continue from here. Because we got 4 hours and 33, so we should be able to save this in theory. But I gotta take a look and see where the frick I botched it all. So might be savable, but that'll probably take way too long for me to figure out precisely what I was supposed to do. So a couple things I need to look up. I need to see where the engineering key is, right? And I gotta take a look and see how we get authorization. For the reactor. So maybe there's a audio log or something I had to pick up specifically. Like doing this casually, you just kind of pick everything up as you go along anyway, so you pretty much have all the notes. And I didn't think I needed like hardly to pick up any of them, except for maybe a couple of optional ones that give you codes and stuff. But undoubtedly, that's one of them. Possibly. But I guess we'll go ahead and call it there. We did make some progress. I'm starting to see a little bit more on what I need to do for what do you call it? Beta Groove. Like the actual getting to, not so bad. On lower difficulties, we could probably easily do it with like little to no problem. The only real problem is everything hits harder. You have a little bit less health. Everything takes a little bit more sometimes in terms of resources. So, even if we fail this on this go around, I will attempt it again probably next year, perhaps with some better notes and preferably with some more practice. I just got way too busy with some other stuff in the meantime. But I do have our static codes. We have everything set for a reactor overload code. I'm just using like a little notepad dot so I can keep track of everything, along with what upgrades and where, like what they do, where they're located, and how much they cost and all that, and whether or not in the long run they're even worth it. And some of them actually are, especially casually. Others, not so much, since we're trying to do this as quickly as possible. Obviously, we're not going to go for all upgrades. We're not going to pick up every single weapon. We might make use of some of them depending on how things are going, because some of the drops are randomized. And I need to get a lot better at not engaging with as many things, but going through so I don't take as much damage either. So, but the laser rapier is certainly doing some work here and there. It's just usually pretty dangerous to get up close, but when you do, swish swish, and they're usually dead. So things I probably won't have a problem stockpiling. Berserk. We need to pick up as many batteries as we can, so we don't have to go to the free recharge station as often. But undoubtedly, I botched something super bad on this. And for whatever reason, maybe it's just from the rain and the changing of the seasons, but I'm drawing a blank right now on what we needed to do for authorization to get to the reactor core. I think there was an audio log or something. Maybe it was a note that we're supposed to pick up, a digital note. And then out of curiosity, I don't know if we actually need it, but engineering keycard as well. And I'll also take a look at, see precisely how bad the antenna one is. So I need to remember maintenance, cyberspace, not that bad. Little annoying, but actually not that bad. Shouldn't really die. There's only like one spot that's semi-bad. And then there's 2 cyberspaces I have to do in medical. I know that there's the one cyberspace for engineering for the antennas, access. I think there's another one I have to do for security. For the CPU nodes that you have to take out in order to progress. I can't remember if there's one on the bridge. Not counting the SHODAN fight. I know there's... oh, what do you call them? The Cyber Reavers. Or the Cyborg Reavers. There's one fight you have to do for certain for a key portion. And then there's another one that you have to do towards the end. Then they have 2 Reavers that are mandatory fights. And the first one in flight deck isn't required. But there are 3 Diego fights. So, it's like what? 6, 7 reflexes that we need stockpiled up? And then also need to get better at just health management. So we can get through even faster, have even more resources for the end, where everything starts hitting a lot harder. And I guess the only other thing I could probably do is try and get a little bit better at chess. Maybe practice with the chess puzzles. Although I will say this last one that we had, other than just me being stupid, really wasn't that bad. It was like 3 moves? Maybe 4. Then we got checkmate. But there are definitely quirks I need to get used to for PS5. First and foremost is the grenade throwing. For whatever reason, just throws it like way more left than forward. I'm not really sure why, but it does. And then just the menuing is going to be a bit slower. Other than that, everything else is relatively fine. Oh yeah, there's one other quirk. You have to have, especially like med patch, you have to have that in slot 8. If you're going to have grenades that you want to throw from offhand, it has to be in slot 5, regardless of whether or not you have them categorized or not. I recommend not having categorized, but specifically for PS5, at least the version I'm playing on, which I don't think there's any changes. I never really looked into all that, but health offhand, slot 8. Grenade offhand is slot 5. I don't know the mines count. You know what? So no. Okay, so I actually have to swap over to it and then use. No, in either case, I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. We'll try and finish up Alpha Centauri tomorrow. I think that's potentially doable. It kind of depends on the AIs mostly. But there was some weird stuff going on last time. Some of the humans decided to turn against us, just temporarily for some odd reason. We took over a couple bases, and then they sued for peace. We were able to make them to capitulate for peace without having to give them anything, whether it was credits or tech, or even them demanding their base to be given back. We have landfall on both aliens, and we've reduced them in power substantially. The caretakers are the most profound. The usurpers finally started spreading out a bit more. They were pretty limited on their land bases, but then they started coming out with a bunch of the sea bases. When we took over all their sea bases, we have them surrounded with their own sea bases. And we are trying to make landfall here and there. We actually have one land base on their mainland, and we're not too far away from their capital base. And I don't think we're too far away from the caretaker's capital base either. And the one ally we did have that had already formed a pact with us is they're reduced down to like one sea base. So they were really good for getting techs off of. But unfortunately, no more. Military was subpar. And we couldn't get enough troops over fast enough before the caretakers took out most of their bases. But we made landfall and starting to get a little bit of revenge on them. So we'll try and finish up Alpha Centauri tomorrow. I'll take a look to see if this particular run is savable. With 4.5 hours, it might be. It'd be very, very tight. So we might have one more night of this. Other than that, I gotta take a look and see what my schedule looks like as we get closer towards some of the holiday seasons. And see if it's going to be feasible for me to try and start the other challenge run as well, which would be the Super Smash Bros. Run against all the characters in 1v7. Couple of things I want to touch up on if I can before I get that started. But really it's going to come down to scheduling for the most part. I think that's about it. I don't have anything else planned after Alpha Centauri except for Age of Empires 2 with the new Chronicles of Alexander the Great that dropped not too long ago. Dropped in the middle of October. I have not done anything with it. All I did was just check to see if it was loaded for the DLC and all that, and it is, so we're good to go on that. I have done no testing of the factions that are there. All I know is that there's probably Macedonia, and that's about it. I haven't even looked to see what the other civs are. I've actually been actively not playing Age of Empires 2, just so I can leave all that as a bit of a surprise, if and when I get to it. And I have opted to instead play some Age of Empires 3 skirmishes in my off time. But I don't know. I'm going to try and compile some better notes, I guess, for this. I've already started adding stuff to it since we started. Like, pull the lever after codes. Don't know why. I pulled a blank on that. Flight deck. We definitely need to go there. prior, just for resources and the code, obviously. Executive, go to Diego's office for Beta Groove, because I forgot about that. Power slash when you can with the rapier, because I always forget that you can. And then, especially for Beta Groove, which is, it's so simple as far as nav. Everything else kind of sucks about it, but just straight to the right, fly, which is why you need to go to flight deck first, so you can get to flight, the hover boots. And then instead of going out the exit that they provide, you can get a free energy refill while you're there. You can go for the upgrade if you want for the Mac Pulse. There's some Mac Pulse ammo there as well. You can use, at least every single time I've gone in there so far on this run, which has only been like 2 times. But there's a robot sentinel who's floating just high enough up. You could just rush in and then just stay underneath him. Whack, whack, whack. And I don't think he can hit you, because I haven't been hit. At least doing that portion. I'd probably start moving out of the way, because I don't know if he has collision damage from dying. But I don't think so. I don't think so. And then one of the things I should probably add as a note is remember to use TV in medical for insta kills if the shots lined up. Because instead of having to just put in 3 bullets, you could just shoot it, I think, like once, and the monitor will fall and take him out. But they have to be directly underneath it. But definitely got to go take a look and see about the engineering access code and see what I got to do for freaking reactor access. Because apparently I forgot what I needed to do for those. Or maybe I didn't forget and I just didn't think I needed to pick up specific items. Anyway, I'm going to go remind myself of what I need to do on all that stuff. So, Alpha Centauri tomorrow. Maybe one more night of this, depending on whether or not I can save the run as is. I mean, I could go back to a previous save, but that's a lot of stuff I have to remember. And we got kind of lucky on some stuff. Not gonna lie. I suppose, if nothing else, I could see if the puzzle, the chess puzzle, is set per run. I'm not sure if it is. I'm sure it's probably a more well-known piece of information, but still. I don't know. So, go ahead and call it there. We've only been like 2 hours, but some of these challenge runs, especially like this one, where I'm just kind of stuck. I'll see if it's savable. I don't think it is, but we'll see. I'll probably post on Twitter if I'm canceling it. Otherwise, we'll probably just go full throttle on it as best as we can and hope that we can still save the run and defeat Shodan. But I definitely think one thing that is a bit better if you're doing this more casually, PC version, specifically Steam's version, which is the only one I have any experience with, is pretty good. A bit better than PS5. Mostly just because even if you're playing with controller, you can swap over to mouse and keyboard and move through your menuing a lot faster and then swap back. It feels like the menuing on this is much slower for like inventory management and all that. And then just like the little quirks, especially grenade throws. It's like I watched a little bit of the speedrunnings, and they will use like they'll use grenades to kill themselves and stuff. And I'm pretty sure they're all on PC because it just goes straight. I didn't use grenades all that often, I don't think, like free throw in my first casual. I know I did it in the beginning. And other than expecting the grenades to go much further than you throw them, that's about it. Anyway, stay healthy, stay frosty. Until next time, see ya.
Nobody's home. Wow.